Hello, my name is TK, and I am a friend along the way. Thank you very much for stopping by. And today, may I interest you in a brief reflection about the stories we tell ourselves? What do I mean by this? By this, I mean that we have a way of looking at facts, looking at things that happen. And that means that depending on our education, depending on our personality, depending on our surroundings, depending on so many factors, we interpret reality and facts a certain way. And the way in which we interpret something is by verbalizing, by turning something so abstract inside of us into a word, right? Into something that we can communicate to other people. And our favorite way of doing so is words. So when we word a feeling a certain way, we are actually defining it. And something that has been defined cannot be something else, which makes that feeling even more real, more concrete. And not only that, but the stories that we keep on telling ourselves are the ones that finally end up cementing our personality, right? Because, for example, someone in the past maybe did something bad to us, right? Maybe someone wronged ourselves, and that made us vulnerable. That made us feel like we were not sufficient at something, maybe. Or maybe that increased a weakness in us. Maybe it was the opposite way around, right? Life doesn't have to be gloomy um, all the time. Maybe something happened when you were a child that made you more capable, more willing, more mighty, you know? Something that made you be the respectable, confident person that you are today. And that was something beautiful, something that makes you be who you are, your core. And so when we remember those situations, when we remember those times, we get to use words, right? We word, our wording becomes the proper interpretation in which we are accustomed to feeling ourselves from back then, from back in that situation. And that, as I mentioned previously, cements our personality. And that makes us tell things in a way that keep that in a way that keeps informing us that we are a certain way and that we cannot change, and that maybe at a moment in life when we need to change or when we need to accept something, or maybe the opposite, always when we need to fight against something or someone in a certain way, doesn't allow us to continue because we tell stories about ourselves a certain way. In the same way that a concert or maybe an event can be so much for certain people, for others it can be too little or it can be just enough. And it's the same exact situation. So it's about the way you perceive and the way you word things. You can say that something annoyed you, but you can also say, I happened to share an excellent time with my friends by doing something they liked that I don't usually enjoy a lot, but I got to do it, right? So that maybe you expand your vocabulary, but you know what? The expansion of vocabulary and language is also the expansion of consciousness. One thing always reflects the other. So that's my invitation for you today, to expand your vocabulary, expand your language, expand your verbal might to new horizons, where you become the person that you need to be, that you want to be, little by little, word by word, day by day, moment by moment. Just change one word. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, I'm learning to do this, right? Or I'm still perfecting my technique. You know, things that are not quite a lie, that it may be a challenge for you to really believe in at the start, at least, I hope. But if it's not a lie, or if it's not completely a lie, it has to have a certain degree of truth in it, right? And if it does, that's something you can rely on, because truth doesn't need any more confirmation. The truth is the confirmation. The truth is ground, you know, it's rock ground rock, right? It's the real thing. And if you get to the bottom of it, if you get to that little truth in which you are relying within maybe that big shell of a lie that you may not believe in at first, that tiny piece inside, that is the seed inside the soil, inside that dark space that gives rise as the sun in the morning to a new truth. But you have to believe in it. Well, you see, I am going to rephrase that. You don't have to believe in it. But when you get to believe in that statement that you are ascertaining, and you keep doing so, you keep ascertaining that new idea about yourself, about what you're doing, day by day, word by word, instead of I can't, I'm still learning, huh? You're going to change so much in so little time. Trust me. Life, it's all about the words. A word makes a feeling feel more real. If you change the word, if you understand more, your feeling will expand or will dilute, will change, will accommodate your new way of understanding. And if it is a higher way of understanding with new words, it's going to be so good, right? Anyway, if you're still here, thank you very much. That means the world to me. Please, if you like what you hear, make sure to check out the other videos around the channel. My name is TK, and I am your friend along the way. Thank you for watching, and most importantly, take care. Bye-bye.